Welcome to Graceria episode 42, the setup for the Bastion village, the false Hydra. The party is going to find an abandoned village devoid of all life, but it didn't start out that way. This video will provide backstory and context for what happened to it. The Ecclesium, a sun-worshipping religion in our campaign, built this village a year before as a secret village. It was to isolate the people from the outside world, so they could be closer to their faith. For most of the village's lifespan, it was successful, and a small community of around 100 people found it as their home, including another adventuring party. The village was surrounded by a fence, and a keep looked over it from above on a cliff. Its other most dominant feature is that a large black monolith was built at its center. These monoliths are found in almost every major city in the world from the Ecclesium. But it was odd to be in a village of this size. Two months before the present time, strange things started occurring. People started leaving the village or disappearing without explanation. A false Hydra had been birthed in this location, and a rift to its home plane opened above the city. As the Hydra began to eat the inhabitants of the city, the villagers began to forget the victims. The problem is that your brain instinctively knows something is wrong. As whole chunks of your memory are lost, your brain tries to make logical conclusions to excuse the details not adding up. As more larger and more important details are lost, your brain cannot make the leaps necessary to excuse these discrepancies. This breaks your brain as paranoia and insanity take over, driving everyone left crazy over time. One by one, the villagers were eaten and forgotten by the false Hydra, while the remaining people slowly went crazy. Their brain would instinctively try to warn them. It dodged attacks they couldn't see. It reacted automatically to danger. They wrote messages to themselves anytime they saw the Hydra momentarily, but the messages just looked like crazy, creepy messages. And the villagers forgot writing them when the Hydra began to sing again. So the Hydra ate every living being and animal anywhere near the village over time, growing to full size and power. At some point, a traveling bard adventurer came to the village. Although it was fairly empty, they were welcoming, and so he stayed and performed. Over time, he too was driven crazy by the Hydra. 2 weeks before the present time, purple mist descended on the village every night, bringing aberrant horrors that would attack people. Later, it would randomly turn dark, and mist would fall midday. The Ecclesium created amulets and placed them at every entrance and exit that protected those inside from the creatures in the mist, but it was not enough for the bard. He barricaded himself in his room in the inn, and in a moment of cowardice, he climbed into his bag of holding, becoming the cursed bagman. Over the remaining days until the present time, both creatures killed and ate the remaining villagers. All that remained was their belongings and weird cryptic warnings in crazy writing that referred to him, bagman, and it, the Hydra. The fun twist of this village is that the church was responsible for summoning the Hydra through their propaganda and lies, although the villagers didn't know that. They were sacrifices. Once at full power, the church projected the Hydra's memory-altering song through their monoliths to cause a global memory lapse to forget an event that happened at the beginning of the campaign. They actually worship an eldritch god and are attempting to summon it into this plane of existence. The false Hydra is just a baby version of the god. They have been siphoning off the corruption of the astral shards the whole time as a power source to complete the summoning ritual. The party had been doing it for them. Defeating the Hydra will reveal the church's true intentions, and the party will have to rush to Lumiath to stop the church before they summon their eldritch god into this plane. Or he will devour everything.